live to the DMZ. The US President Donald Trump is expecting to meet now with the North Korean leader Kim Jong Un on the border of North and South Korea. Let's take a listen in.
Good to see you again. I've never expected to meet you at this place. If Your Excellency take a step forward, you will be the first US president to cross this line.
Get out of the way.
Move. Clear. All of you. Clear.
Take a picture here?
No.
Hey. Feels very good. Hey. Come on. Move. Wait till they move.
Come on,
Wait till they move. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
This is a great moment.
Big moment. Big moment. Big progress. Tremendous progress. Yes, we go.
Okay, guys, come on. Come on. Straight, you're going straight. They're going straight.
I might have failed set.
I was in Japan. And then I was supposed to go. And you said yes. I said yes. Hey, Triple, well done.
How do you feel?
Feel great. It's a great honor to be here.
Okay.
As you can see, this shows that nobody has expected this moment.
I don't have a shot. Mr. President, US school right here. US school right here.
Chairman Kim, how do you feel?
김 위원장님 어떻게 기분이 어떠십니까?
오늘 트럼프 대통령이 물리선을 넘어서 우리 땅을 밟았는데 사상 처음으로 우리 땅을 밟은 미국 대통령이 되셨습니다.
President Trump has just walked across the demarcation line that made him the first U.S. president to visit our country.
이 행동 자체만 보시지 말고 이 트럼프 대통령께서 분리선을 넘어서 가신 거는 다시 말하면 좋지 않은 그 과거를 청산하고
This is an expression of his willingness to eliminate all the unfortunate past and open a new future.
I just want to say that this is my honor. I didn't really expect it. We were in Japan for the G20. We came over and I said, hey, I'm over here. I want to call Chairman Kim. And we got to meet, and stepping across that line was a great honor. A lot of progress has been made. A lot of friendships have been made, and this has been in particular a great friendship. So I just want to thank you. That was very quick notice, and I want to thank you.
내가 지금 얘기하고 싶은 거는 아주 무한한 영광이다라는 얘기입니다. 내가 G20에 왔다가 한국에 오게 되니까 그런데 김 위원장한테 전화를 하고 연락을 해서 한번 만나야 되겠다라고 했습니다. 그러니까 오랜 통보를 하지 않았는데도 즉각 응답해 주셔서 대단히 감사드립니다. 우리는 지금까지 아주 엄청난 많은 진전을 이루었다고 생각합니다. 그리고 영광입니다.
So we're going to go inside. We're going to talk for a little while about different things, and a lot of really positive things are happening, and I'm glad you could be here to see it. But tremendous positivity. Really great things are happening, and in a lot of places. But we met and we liked each other from day one. and that was very important.
조금 있다가 우리가 시간을 보내서 서로 그 얘기를 좀 할 예정입니다. 지금까지 우리는 대단한 그러한 진전을 이루었습니다. 우리는 서로 만나자마자 서로 아주 느낌이 좋았습니다. 그리고 서로 좋아하고 있습니다. 아마도 많은 진전을 이룰 수 있을 것 같습니다.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Oh, sorry. I would invite him right now to the White House.
A significant moment that we are watching there, of course, this coming in live for the US President Donald Trump and the North Korean leader Kim Jong Un at the DMZ on the demilitarized zone there on the border between North and South Korea. A very short handshake meeting, but that was as to be expected. We had heard from Donald Trump previously saying that it is going to be very short, virtually a handshake. But that's okay. Handshake means a lot. This is the third meeting, of course, between Mr. Trump and Mr. Kim in just over a year. You'll remember their first summit since, the first actually since the summit in Vietnam, which broke down back in February. So another significant moment here that we are watching. I do want to bring our panel back into the conversation here, and thank you so much to both of you for your patience. We will keep up these live pictures. We have Ebony Bennett, who's live with us in Canberra, and Evan Mulholland live with us in Melbourne. Evan, perhaps I can just get your thoughts. Again, a significant moment that we are watching here, the third meeting between the two. In your opinion, I mean, what is really the significance of this handshake?
It is really significant to see the President of the United States shaking hands with the leader of North Korea. I get a bit worried about these kind of situations. North Korea is not a nation to kind of be friendly with. I really hope, as Scott Morrison said, that other G20 leaders can help with the assistance of Alex Sigley, an Australian who's gone missing in North Korea. I find that deeply concerning, and especially considering all the other human rights violations of North Korea. I just don't think we should be putting this nation on a pedestal as we have been around the world.
Ebony, your thoughts, I guess, on the moment that we are watching here and what happens next? What do we need to see, I guess, happening between the two leaders next?
I tend to agree with Evan, the way that Donald Trump talks about North Korea and the chairman, I think, is very problematic. Having said that, we do have an Australian citizen missing there, and if their good personal relationship can help find that missing Australian citizen, Alex Sigley, as Evan mentioned, that will be obviously of huge benefit to Australia. But this meeting is certainly historic. Whether or not it's significant, only time will tell. As you mentioned, Donald Trump has met previously with him 2 times in the past, ostensibly to try and curb North Korea's nuclear ambitions, and there's no sign of that succeeding so far. So whether or not this helps to push that along, or whether or not it just provides more PR for North Korea and its dictatorship, remains to be seen. So huge risks here, but diplomacy really is the best way to resolve these kinds of things. So I can only hope that Donald Trump's, what appears to be personal relationship here, will be of some benefit somewhere down the track. But yeah, that remains to be seen.
Yeah, look, obviously significance there for Australia, as you both point out. I just wonder as well about, because there's a lot of talk about the ongoing commitment to the denuclearisation talks, whether in fact this kind of puts them any way forward in making progress on that front, Ebony.
Well, I can only hope so because, world security depends on it. The tens of millions of people who live in South Korea depend on really squashing North Korea's nuclear ambitions and denuclearising that whole peninsula. That absolutely should be the aim, but as I said, whether or not it's successful, only time will tell. They're both quite volatile world leaders, but they do seem to have established a rapport. So, it is really important that the world keeps trying to extend a hand out to North Korea. But traditionally, these kinds of things are done in return for something. So whether or not this means that nuclear talks are back on, we're not sure yet, but that would obviously be a very good step. As you said, things had broken down up until this point. And again, for Australia, with an Australian citizen missing in North Korea, really important that we've got people with good links into the North Korean regime to help with that.
All right, fantastic. Look, I think we've taken up enough of your time covering so many issues and, of course, some breaking news as well. So a pleasure having you both on. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you both.
Ebony Bennett there joining us from Canberra and Evan Mulholland there from Melbourne. Let's actually bring in now who joins us on the line. We have Bruce Welpe from the US Studies Centre joining us. Bruce, we were only talking a little earlier today about these, steps being made each and every moment, and another significant moment here. What does it mean?
It could mean something significant, or it could be just another of the master choreographers' reality TV dramas, which today has been very successful and something that he really relishes on the world stage, coming from the G20 in Osaka to meet with Chairman Kim of North Korea. And they've gone into discussions. And as the panel said earlier, the proof will be in the pudding. Will it really lead to substantive negotiations on several issues that are outstanding? Will North Korea deliver an inventory of weapons? Will there be a commitment, a timetable for decommissioning those weapons? Will the United States lift sanctions on what and when? So all the substance lies in front of them, but clearly Trump wanted to create an atmosphere conducive to these negotiations and to show that they are still alive. And there is breaking news that he has invited Kim Jong Un to the White House, date and time to be fixed. So the process continues. Trump, this is a triumphal moment for him in his terms as to what he wants to show the world.
All right, fantastic. Look, Bruce, we really appreciate you joining us on the phone for that initial reaction. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, Leanne, thank you.
Well, we are just seeing, of course, that breaking news coming in there. The third meeting between the US President Donald Trump and the North Korean leader Kim Jong Un.